Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another Tales from the Vargas Vault. On this video, I actually want to showcase a video game collection. I've actually talked about this, the system for this collection in another Vault video, but I actually wanted to show the games that I have for that collection. And the system in question is the Nintendo DS. I've already talked about this, like I said, in a prior video. It's actually a video I did about the handhelds. But very briefly, recapping what I talked about in that video, I remember seeing the first images of the DS on the Club Nintendo magazine, and I thought it was a big risk by Nintendo to release this portable that was basically going to do away with the Game Boy series, and banking on the risk that people will enjoy the touchscreen. Now, I'll admit, I wasn't a big fan of the original design. It seemed kind of big and bulky and everything, and I just didn't like the original design. But after purchasing it, after actually playing the Metroid Prime Hunters demo, and after playing all the awesome games that have been released on the system, Nintendo struck gold. The system is incredible. The games that have come out for it are really, really cool. And the way that they implemented, again, that little touchscreen has, changed the way how other companies release their portables. The Vita actually has a touchscreen, so Nintendo really, really innovated. I've actually stopped using this one in favor for the DSi XL. This thing is amazing to play your DS games on. The screens make every game look even better, and the screens are bigger, so everything looks amazing on the XL. Best version of the DS you can get. I actually am hoping that they release somehow a 3DS XL, because that would be incredible. I definitely have gotten my money's worth on the XL. All of my games I play it on this system because it just looks better. A lot of people complain it's too big and too bulky, but I really like playing my games on the XL. So if you can, get this one, because this one is really amazing. Now, like I said, this video is actually showcasing the video games that I have for the DS. And first off, I wanted to start with my DS collection is not that big. I don't have a lot of key games, but what I have, I've enjoyed. So let's get started with the first DS game I bought, and that's WarioWare. I actually got this game from a friend of mine. I don't know where he got it, but it has this for display only thing, so it doesn't come with anything except the game. But I like the WarioWare games on the GameCube, and I played one on the Game Boy. But this one was really cool. It really had a lot of really cool ways to use the touchscreen, and the mini games were really fun. Really liked it. The second game I picked up is Metroid Prime Pinball. I picked this one up because I saw it cheap, and it comes with a rumble pack. Not a lot of games use the rumble pack, but this one did, and it did give the DS a very interesting option to actually rumble, which is something I do wish they would have kept on the XL. It would have been cool if somehow they would have integrated the rumble feature. But this follows the Metroid Prime series. It's basically just a pinball where Samus is in her Morph Ball mode, and you go around, beating the face on and the Space Pirates. Really cool game. The graphics were really awesome. So if you like Metroid, you already have this one. Another game I picked up, the third one in the collection, is Brain Age. I actually got addicted to the Sudoku in this game. It actually has 100 Sudoku puzzles. Plus, you can every day you can take a test to see how well your mind works. You can probably notice I haven't done it in a while, but the mini games were really cool. It does keep you thinking. You can do this thing where you add and subtract things. I really got addicted to this game. I really liked it. A lot of people don't consider it a game, but with the Sudoku, I thought was really cool. But yeah, Next game I bought in order was Animal Crossing Wild World. I again got addicted to the GameCube version of this. Really liked the way that you interacted with the animals, and you could go fishing, you can collect fruit and sell it to Tom Nook. They had some online options which I thought were pretty cool, and the only thing that I don't like about this version, and it's something that happened on the Wii version, is that they removed the NES games. That was an amazing feature on the GameCube version, where you could actually collect old NES games. This version doesn't have it, and that's a real bummer, but again, you get really addicted trying to collect all the furniture and trying to pay off your debt to Tom Nook. Really good, addictive game. Next game I picked up for the system was Curvy, Canvas Curse. This one is not your traditional Kirby platformer. In this one, through a magical curse, Kirby gets turned into a sphere, and you have to guide Kirby through all these levels using the touchscreen. You touch the touchscreen, and you basically draw a path for Kirby to follow, and you can, attack enemies that way. Really interesting game. If they made a sequel to this, I think that would be pretty awesome. I've mentioned this before. Kirby just does not have a bad game in his library, so really fun game. Next game I picked up is Meteos. And in case you're wondering, yes, I have played these games, but like I said, I like keeping the original wrapping, for my games. I'm obsessive that way. But yeah, Meteos, really fun puzzle game. Basically, what you have to do is through the touchscreen, you have to put these little alien things in order so that they eliminate the blocks. And the way that they eliminate it is that they basically turn into energy so that you can propel the blocks to the top of the screen and therefore eliminating them. So you have to get them out of the screen. A really fun game. There's actually a sequel to this with the Disney characters, which I need to pick up. But Meteos was really fun, and the music was really cool. Next game I actually got this as a birthday present from my brother, and he got me Guilty Gear, Dual Strike. Wait, no, it's Dust Strikers. And I really liked the Guilty Gear series. This one was pretty cool. The animation was pretty cool, and it had a lot of really cool mini games. The only thing is that in some battles, you had to. Both screens actually worked as levels, so that was kind of confusing, but still a really cool game. Really fun. Now this is a really awesome game, and that's Castlevania: Dawn of Sorrow, sequel to the also really awesome Castlevania: Area of Sorrow. Soma Cruz is the reincarnation of Dracula, and he has to go around killing monsters and absorbing their soul so that he can have their powers. This thing actually innovated with the game because they actually had you drawing the spells so you can capture the souls and do magic attacks. I thought that was really cool. Really awesome Castlevania game on the DS. Then I picked up New Super Mario Brothers. Amazing Mario platforming. They actually went back to their roots and took Mario back to his 2D origins, and you can go around fighting the Koopa Kids, and they actually made, of course, a sequel to this on the Wii, but I just really liked it. And they introduced a giant mushroom where Mario can fill up the whole screen and plow through the enemies. Really amazing game. Really liked it a lot. Then I picked up the second in the Castlevania trilogy for the DS, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. This one actually had you using two different characters. You would use them throughout the levels. One was the character that would use the whip, the other was a magician. So it kind of does seem like the 64 version. But this actually improved a lot of the things in Dawn of Sorrow. They improved a lot of the play mechanics. really, really cool. I'm actually missing Order of Ecclesia, but I haven't been able to find it. But just like with the Game Boy Advance trilogy for Castlevania, the DS trilogy had some really amazing games. So really, if you can get any one of the games for the trilogy on your DS, pick them up because they're amazing. Pick this one up in a swap meet. That's why the condition on the box is not that cool. But I picked up Final Fantasy III. This is actually a game that wasn't released in America. Like 2, Japan skipped releasing 3 in America. What they did is that they upgraded all the graphics to look 3D, and I haven't really gotten that far into it because I got stuck in a level and I don't know how to do it, and I don't like looking online. I'll figure it out and I'll get back to this game. But of course, Final Fantasy is an awesome RPG series. This one they upgraded a lot of stuff. Like I said, I just haven't gotten that much into it. Now, a game I did clock in a lot of hours for was Mario Kart DS. Amazing game. The online racing is still really, really cool. A lot of people are playing the 3DS version now, but I still like playing this. It's just a lot of fun. All Mario Kart games are fun, every one of them. But I enjoyed the online on this, and I always thought it was really cool that both the DS version and the Wii version of Mario Kart surpassed the online on Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I thought that was really weird because the online in Smash Bros. Brawl isn't that good. But on Mario Kart, it's amazing. Really, really fun. I played this game a lot, and I still play it. Picked up Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass next. This follows the timeline of Wind Waker. Really cool game, but there's one level that I had a lot of trouble with. And I didn't like that they were the dungeons were timed. You had to actually run through the dungeons. That kind of took away from the exploration of the dungeons. But it did remind me of Majora's Mask, where you also had a time limit because you had to, beat the game before the moon crashed. So I like that, but it still feels kind of rushed. I don't like feeling rushed in my games. But the animation is cool. They picked up the traveling through the land of Hyrule. Through boats. Really fun game. Again, it's Zelda. I'm a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. It's, in my opinion, the best video game series of all time, so really cool. Picked up a Resident Evil Deadly Silence. This is a port of the first Resident Evil game that came out on the PlayStation. It includes all the really bad live action segments and the original. I think it's the original voice cast, or I don't remember if they re-recorded it, but if you play the original Resident Evil, I'm pretty sure it's the original one, because you'll remember it's pretty bad. But they also introduced this a touchscreen mode where you slash at the zombies with your knife. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, but the best version of Resident Evil is the one that came out on the GameCube. But still, pretty awesome Capcom release. Picked up Mega Man CX. This is the next game in my collection. This takes place years after Mega Man 04. And it's basically about this kid that finds a metal that transforms him into X and Zero, which is why it's called CX. But it is within the Mega Man X series. But like I said, it's years after Mega Man 4. So, yeah. Pretty cool. If you like your Mega Man games, not those horrible Battle Network games, pick this one up because it's really cool. Another game that they released on the DS that's a port from the Game Boy series is Advance Wars. This is Advance Wars Days of Ruin. This is the second Advance Wars games that they released. And I actually hope they release the third one, or a new one on the 3DS. Advance Wars was really cool. It was a strategy RPG where you take your troops and you basically declare war between another, an evil empire or so on. This is actually after an apocalyptic event where a meteor crashes and the whole world, is in ruins. That's why it's called that. And I like this one because it was a lot darker than the other games. This one was pretty cool. Picked up Wario, Master of Disguise. I love the Wario Land series, and this is an update on that. Wario finds a wand that allows him to transform into these different characters with different powers, and you use the touchscreen to basically draw an element of the costume so you can become it. If you love platformers, this is a really cool one. Picked up a Pokemon Pearl. Like I said, my addiction with Pokemon is legendary, and really cool. I didn't like the Pokemon designs that much on this one, but they updated the graphics and the Pokemon battles were a little better, so yep. Picked up Star Fox Command. It's a Star Fox game. They took elements from the shooter, but they also implemented these strategy elements where you have to traverse through this battlefield, and there's this fog of war that is blocking you. So as you move and conquer and liberate segments of the battlefield, it becomes clearer and everything. But this was a departure from the classic Star Fox, but it's still a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. Picked up a Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. This was a really cool game by Tecmo. The cutscenes were done in these little comic book style cutscenes, but the action was really cool. You actually used the touchscreen to make the slash attacks for Ryu, and the graphics were really cool. Again, on the XL, this looks amazing. So really cool Ninja Gaiden game. Picked up the Immortal Chrono Trigger. This is a port of the NES game, the Super Nintendo game, I'm sorry. It has some cutscenes, some new cutscenes, some new elements that make it a more complete version of Chrono Trigger. The first prints of this game actually included a poster, but if you haven't played Chrono Trigger, this is your best chance to get it because you can take it on the go. You can also download it on the Virtual Console, but I would recommend this one better because you can, again, play Chrono Trigger on the go. And this game is huge. It has a whole bunch of alternate endings, so it's Chrono Trigger. That's all you need to know. Also picked up the first Advance Wars on the DS, Dual Strike. Compared to the first one that I bought, Days of Ruin, Days of Ruin is the sequel to this one, but compared to that, this obviously, because it's the first one, is a bit of a downgrade. I really like the dark nature of Days of Ruin, but this continues the series of the Game Boy series. Strategic battles. You have to guide your troops to take over posts like factories and so on, and then you can generate more troops. Just a really fun game. If you like games like Fire Emblem or Ogre Battle, you'll love this game. So, and the last one I'm going to talk about in this part of my DS collection is Hotel Dusk, Room 215. This is a graphic adventure game. You're this detective that moves into a hotel and you're trying to solve a mystery, and you have to it's a graphic adventure game, so you have to find items and know how to use them to figure out puzzles, and then you have to interview people to get clues. It's a very interesting game. I like the art design in this. It has that graphic novel design because some things are in black and white with color touches. Really interesting concept that Nintendo released, and I really liked it a lot. So, again, I would recommend this game. So, I still have some more games to talk about, but I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm going to cut it here. Please stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for watching.